It's a good day for Democrats in America. This is the Nikki Maduro Show. And yes, it was a good day on Tuesday. I'm Nikki Maduro. She's Kim McAllister. And we are here celebrating, yes, the passage of Prop 50 in a lot of races across America. Click the thumbs up button if you are celebrating, or even if you're disappointed. You know, we're going to take it all. And of course, we are 100% crowdfunded. So if you want to support the show, you know all of the ways: Patreon, PayPal, and of course, Super Chat, Super Stickers are always open. Who's surprised that it went as lopsided as it did, though? I mean, I was a little worried, remember? And I don't know why I was.
Well, because of the outcome of previous elections when the choices seemed so obvious and America got it so wrong.
I mean,
so it's hard to put your faith in it. It's hard to like go, oh, this is a shoo-in, right? Because you just don't want to have that disappointment at the end. But when I saw Trump's approval rating drop down to 37%, I thought, okay, I think maybe America's gonna, come to bat. Also, there was a huge amount, especially in California, I'm not sure in other states, of absentee ballots that were turned in. And there were reports on election night before the votes were called. They thought that usually historically, the absentee ballots are Democratic, right?
Right.
And that they're counteracted by live in-person votes from conservatives or Republicans. And they said that didn't happen this year, that they were only added to by Democratic votes at the ballot box. So
exactly. They were saying a lot of, cheers, America. They were saying a lot of Republicans didn't show up. And did you see Laura Ingraham try to spin that? She's like, that's because Republicans are happy. And it was just like, no, you cannot spin it that way. If Republicans were happy, then they would want to support, their Republican party. People aren't happy. Now, I understand, and I will say this, there is data, right? I mean, you can look at the inflation numbers. Obviously, inflation has gone down, but when you go to the grocery store, just like they said with Biden, right? The price of eggs, right? If you don't feel it, and if you don't see it, and people are worried about their jobs, right? And all of these things are still happening, and the government is shut down. No, you're not happy. And Trump, I love it. He's like, it's because I wasn't on the ballot and because of the shutdown. That's why Republicans lost. Well, if it was a Democratic shutdown, why did Democrats win? I mean, obviously, the shutdown is hurting Republicans. Can Democrats, let me know in the comments, guys, do you think that Democrats are going to squander this, though? Can we continue to ride this through the midterms? Because while we won big, the midterms are the midterms. And there are races that Trump is going to focus on, i.e., the New York mayoral race. Zohran Mamdani. I'm going to say it right because I know that apparently mispronouncing this gentleman's name is something, it's like, come on.
There's a lot of M's and N's to get confused.
Yeah, it's very easy to miss it, but I want to
Mamdani.
It's an M first, not and then an N. Okay, so he is the new mayor of New York, young guy, really like a man of the people type person. Had some flubs about 10 years ago when he was a much younger person of what he has said about the police, even more recent than that. But again, he won in a landslide, toppled the Cuomo regime, which I don't know, between us needed to be toppled.
That was already toppled.
Exactly. I mean, come on now.
That's been done. Yeah.
But still, I could not believe, although I could, I mean, I can believe, but it really was just disgusting. The amount of racist posts after he won his election coming from people just because he's Muslim. And also, I'm never stepping foot in New York again. I can't believe after 9/11, they would elect someone like, I'm like, are you serious right now? That's not that's what you're going to focus on? Not why he was elected? And then comparing him to communism just because he considers himself a democratic socialist. He wants to give people what they've been demanding: affordability, healthcare. Yeah, paying for it by raising taxes, which, the governor of New York is not supporting. So good luck with that. But, I think if the Democratic Party is going to try to ride New York's mayoral race, I think that could be problematic heading into the midterms. I really do. I think that it could be problematic.
Should we listen to a bit of his acceptance?
Oh,
speech?
Please. And turn the volume up on it, please.
Yeah, I have some for you.
Mm-hmm. And he was really, really, really energized in this speech.
And turned it into so much more. I will never be able to express the depth of my gratitude. You can sleep now. To my parents, Mama and Baba. You have made me into the man I am today. I am so proud to be your son. And to my incredible wife, Rama. Hayati, there is no one I would rather have by my side in this moment and in every moment. To every New Yorker, whether you voted for me, for one of my opponents, or felt too disappointed by politics to vote at all, thank you for the opportunity to prove myself worthy of your trust. I will wake each morning with a singular purpose: to make this city better for you than it was the day before. There are many who thought this day would never come, who feared that we would be condemned only to a future of less, with every election consigning us simply to more of the same. And there are others who see politics today as too cruel for the flame of hope to still burn. New York, we have answered those fears. Tonight, we have spoken in a clear voice. Hope is alive. Hope is a decision that tens of thousands of New Yorkers made day after day. Volunteer shift after volunteer shift, despite attack ad after attack ad. More than 1 million of us stood in our churches, in gymnasiums, in community centers, as we filled in the ledger of democracy. And while we cast our ballots alone, we chose hope together. Hope over tyranny. Hope over big money and small ideas. Hope over despair. We won because New Yorkers allowed themselves to hope that the impossible could be made possible. And we won because we insisted that no longer would politics be something that is done to us. Now it is something that we do.
I really like that.
Yeah, I mean, I really like his speech. I think that some people were thinking, who was it? Oh God, it was Charlemagne the God was really upset at Van Jones. Van Jones was taking a little bit of a critique of his speech, saying he was yelling. He wasn't really using the same kind of tone that he was during the campaign. And Charlemagne the God was like, you can F all the way off. The guy just won. Yeah. Nobody thought he was going to win. The amount of money that was spent against him, it was insane. And this guy won. The number of people, like he mentioned in his speech, that actually voted in New York in this election, historic. And I think that he had the opportunity, I loved it. I thought it was a good speech. I really did.
I thought it was a great speech in the very beginning, and it goes on. You want to listen to more, or are we done?
Keep going. Let's go.
Because the next part's really good. I fast forwarded through the part where he talks about all the different kinds of people in New York who never vote that voted. And you can almost, the way he's talking, you can visualize people from these different walks of life who finally are like moved to vote for some reason. I heard when I was looking at Facebook, some of the friends that I have that are Jewish were very disappointed in this. They find him to be anti-Semitic.
Right.
And so I know that, and he knows the criticism on this, and there were a lot of attack ads for this. I think he's going to have to, as he said, you know, I'll wake every day to make New York better. He's going to have to show a lot of people that he has gone about him.
Right. And he has gone to his critics even before this. He's made it like kind of an apology tour. He's also pulled back on some of the rhetoric that he's used. But I also think he's going to also stand in some of it, you know, like this is what I believe. These are the terms that I use.
And I can believe this. And also love all people, right?
Exactly.
Because we can all come from a different opinion. Where did we get so rigid that we can't disagree on something, but still be people with each other?
Right. And that I won't use that to make sure that your group is going to be in some way harmed just because I don't look at everything the exact same way as you.
Right. Exactly.
So, yeah, exactly. Okay, let's listen more.
Here's some more.
Standing before you, I think of the words of Jawaharlal Nehru. A moment comes but rarely in history when we step out from the old to the new, when an age ends and when the soul of a nation long suppressed finds utterance. Tonight we have stepped out from the old into the new. So let us speak now with clarity and conviction that cannot be misunderstood about what this new age will deliver and for whom. This will be an age where New Yorkers expect from their leaders a bold vision of what we will achieve, rather than a list of excuses for what we are too timid to attempt.
You made a lot of promises.
Central to that vision will be the most ambitious agenda to tackle the cost of living crisis that this city has seen since the days of Fiorello LaGuardia.
Going to be a huge challenge.
An agenda that will freeze the rents for more than 2 million rent-stabilized tenants.
Good luck with that one.
Right.
Good luck.
Buses fast and free.
You're like, how are you going to do that?
The fast buses, they're talking like a couple miles.
Universal child care across our city.
Now that one, I think is doable. I do think, hopefully, we'll see.
Years from now, may our only regret be that this day took so long to come. This new age will be one of relentless improvement. We will hire thousands more teachers.
What are you going to pay them?
We will cut waste from a bloated bureaucracy. We will work tirelessly to make lights shine again in the hallways of NYCHA developments where they have long flickered. Safety and justice will go hand in hand as we work with police officers to reduce crime and create a department of community safety that tackles the mental health crisis and homelessness crises head on.
Well, it's important because of what he said about cops.
Excellence
earlier.
will become the expectation across government, not the exception. In this new age we make for ourselves, we will refuse to allow those who traffic in division and hate to pit us against one another.
Like that.
In this moment of political darkness, New York will be the light. Here, we believe in standing up for those we love. Whether you are an immigrant, a member of the trans community, one of the many black women that Donald Trump has fired from a federal job, a single mom still waiting for the cost of groceries to go down, or anyone else with their back against the wall, your struggle is ours too. And we will build a city hall that stands steadfast alongside Jewish New Yorkers and does not waver in the fight against the scourge of anti-Semitism.
Oh, there you go. See? They comment about that.
More than 1 million Muslims know that they belong.
I mean, he must have touched every freaking talking point there could be.
You know what I mean? The halls of power.
They're like, look at the script. I think you forgot this group.
No more will New York be a city where you can traffic in Islamophobia and win an election.
Oh.
This new age will be defined by a competence and a compassion that have too long been placed at odds with one another. We will prove that there is no problem too large for government to solve and no concern too small for it to care about. For years, those in City Hall have only helped those who can help them. But on January 1st, we will usher in a city government that helps everyone.
A lot of promises, lots of promises.
Now I know that many have heard our message only through the prism of misinformation. Tens of millions of dollars have been spent to redefine reality and to convince our neighbors that this new age is something that should frighten them. As has so often occurred, the billionaire class has sought to convince those making $30 an hour that their enemies are those earning $20 an hour.
That's a good point.
That's the truth.
Exactly, right?
We want the people to fight amongst ourselves so that we remain distracted from the work of remaking a long broken system.
Yep.
We refuse to let them dictate the rules of the game anymore. They can play by the same rules as the rest of us. Together, we will usher in a generation of change. And if we embrace this brave new course, rather than fleeing from it, we can respond to oligarchy and authoritarianism with the strength it fears, not the appeasement it craves. After all, if anyone can show a nation betrayed by Donald Trump how to defeat him, it is the city that gave rise to him.
He goes on to talk about making the impossible possible. I mean, I don't know how he's going to do all of that.
No, he has to raise the taxes on the rich. That's exactly how he said it. That's how he's going to do it. Now, but the problem is Governor Hochul, Kathy Hochul, has said unequivocally, she will not support that. So I don't know how you get that passed in New York if the governor, a Democratic governor, isn't going to support that. Now, maybe the people of New York will pressure Hochul to do that. But I don't know if everybody in New York supports that idea. You know what I mean? Like Kathy Hochul probably has a lot more rich people in her ear than Mamdani does. So a chicken in every pot. Yeah, he made a lot of promises.
I love Phineas selling Hawk Trump's gold toilets. That'll fund the whole thing. Good job.
Sydney, thank you so much for the $10 donation. Yay. All cities need rent control. True. Affordable nearby groceries, childcare, mental health care, workers, and treatment to help cops do their job. Thank you to the two hardest working women in broadcast. Thank you so much for the $10 donation. Yay. And another thank you to Harry for the $5 donation. Let's get this party started. Yeah, when Democrats win in Mississippi, it's lopsided. Yeah, everyone came out to vote. Thank you, Harry, as well. I'm just saying, like, if a Democratic socialist, a self-avowed, like not hiding it, proud Democratic socialist, a la Bernie Sanders, becomes the mayor of New York City, the people are loudly saying something. And I think that Donald Trump being reelected was also American people saying something. And I think it's the same message. It's that we are sick and tired of the old guard and the old way of doing things. It's not working for most Americans. Now, what Donald Trump is presenting was BS, right? I mean, he was build the wall and Mexico is going to pay for it. Never going to happen, right? Cheaper healthcare, no plan whatsoever. Like Donald Trump was just smoke and mirrors and empty promises. Now, Mamdani could be doing the same crap too, because we don't know how he's going to pay for it. But at least he has a plan. I mean, at least he's saying it up front. Like, this is where we're getting the money, right? This is how we're going to do it. But I just think people are just sick and tired of it. And, I was thinking it, and there was actually an article that obviously made the same connection because it's very obvious. Mamdani and Daniel Lurie are basically the same two stories, two totally different men, two totally different styles of politics. But Daniel Lurie, the mayor of San Francisco, another major city in America, total outsider, no political experience.
But a gazillionaire, right?
And doing extremely well in San Francisco, doing extremely well. The people of San Francisco, poll after poll, have said they love the direction that San Francisco is going, that San Francisco is on the rise. Obviously San Francisco still has problems, don't get me wrong. But Daniel Lurie is tapping into something, and maybe it's the connections, maybe it's the fact that he does have those big money connections, but whatever he's doing and whatever the way he's selling it is working. And so, I don't know if Mamdani can do the same thing, but I just think big cities, big ideas, and maybe it could work. Who knows?
I don't know. I agree with you that when you see so many people come out to vote, people are clamoring for change. And there's something he said in his speech about fear. I think when people hear the word socialism, they're afraid. They hear the word communism, they're afraid. But what if you look at systems and read a little bit about different forms of, economy and governing? Communism doesn't work by itself. Socialism by itself doesn't work. Capitalism by itself doesn't work. The most successful experiments have been when you see kind of a blending of the things that do work, right? Oh, you're muted. I can't hear you.
Yeah, we live in a blend, is what I was saying.
We live in a blend
right now. Yeah.
And so when you hear when that word democratic socialist pops up, people are like, oh, socialism. But that's what we are.
That's what we are. Exactly.
Capitalism can't work by itself. We have Social Security. We have SNAP for people that,
roads
to keep them from falling.
Fire departments and crap like that.
So that's our system anyway. So, they call it out for being a democratic socialist. And the funny part is that's what the country is anyway.
Exactly.
So I don't know why people are so freaked out by the word socialist.
Well, I also think it's kind of like healthcare, Kim. People latch on to the system that they're used to, even though it's not working for most people. Like, I understand capitalism this way. And Bernie Sanders talked about it. And I think I played the video on here years and years and years ago. And basically, in a nutshell, he says capitalism works on a small scale, right? Like if it's a small town. But when you get to the like a national scale, it doesn't work, right? Because people just get greedy. It just becomes that way. And that's the problem with capitalism.
Right.
Socialism, I think this fear of socialism is dying out because I think people realize
they get it.
That people are like socialism will lead to communism in Venezuela, and people are like, no, it doesn't. No. He's not going to feed us that line anymore.
He's not a socialist. He's very liberal. Exactly. He's not suggesting we nationalize everything.
Exactly.
Right,
and so I think this whole scare tactic, again, like it's just antiquated, and we're holding on to a system that people are like, no, we have to stay in capitalism. Really? Because people can't afford shit, right? Like you're selling me capitalism, but it ain't working for me. Just like healthcare, the system we have was working. No, it's not. Like, stop telling me universal healthcare would be awful. Stop it, because what we have is awful, right? Like, why are you telling me to hold on to the system that we have when it's not working at all? So stop. Finney says every program and road we have is part of a socialism program. Exactly. And they never want to admit that. Right. But it's just the old guard. You know what I mean? It's the old way of doing things, and it's crazy. Oh, thank you, Rhonda. $5. Happy birthday, Nikki. I couldn't do it last week.
That's so
thank
sweet.
Thank you. Oh, I love
really
you.
nice.
And I did have a great birthday, so thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks,
and best birthday gift ever was Prop 50 passing, which of course, a heartbeat later, the Republicans say they're going to sue, which go ahead. They're like, we're going to take it to the Supreme Court. Go, great. you know what? If they say it's illegal, then Texas is illegal, and that's what we wanted anyway. Like, we can't lose here. You know what I mean? Like, go ahead. Go ahead. I mean, I'm just so happy about Prop 50. I thought it was fabulous. Yeah, I agree. Stop being afraid of the word socialism. God forbid we take care of each other, you know. But I will say this. There needs to be a desire to be better, right? I do think in human nature, and I think that's the part that scares people, is if everybody just gets everything they want, then there is going to be a certain percentage, whether it's large, medium, or small, that are just going to be lazy and just have everybody do something for them. And that is a valid argument. I'm not going to say that that's not. I think humans as a species need that, right? Like, that's why we created the system as a species and we didn't do something else, right? We need to work in some capacity. We need to have some sort of drive. There needs to be some sort of, not conflict, but, you know, there has to be something to strive for, right? Yeah. And so we can't have everything handed to us, but it doesn't have to be, but we should have our basic needs met, especially when we live in a world where Elon Musk just today is getting a contract to become a trillionaire. Nobody in this society, in this world, should be a trillionaire. And it's on the backs of us, right? Like, we should all, as a society, benefit when we live in a world with billionaires and now trillionaires, right? Like, that is not balanced. And it's not, and people are like, well, he deserves, no, he doesn't. Elon Musk does not in any way, shape, or form deserve to be a trillionaire. He did not do in any way, shape, or form anything that makes him worth that, right? Like, at all.
So interesting that he achieved his almost trillionaire status after hooking up with Trump, right? You wonder, like, what deals were made with Tesla, what deals were made with SpaceX, what kind of, you know, backroom
on our tax dollars.
That's right. And so suddenly he's hooked up with the president. He's probably got all these government deals that have inflated his company wealth, the multiple companies. And of course, they're writing a package saying, yeah, we need Elon. Give him as much money as he wants.
And again, it's our money and it's our tax dollars. So that is what I'm saying. It's just, I don't know if you saw Billie Eilish was giving a speech to a bunch of rich people. I think Elon Musk was actually in the audience. And she basically called him out. She's like, there shouldn't be billionaires. There should not be billionaires. And she was saying, if you're billionaires, you should be giving away your money. She gave away, I think at that speech or right after, many millions of dollars. And the percentage was like 22% of her net worth. Zuckerberg and Musk or whatever gave a certain percentage, and it was like 0.02% of their net worth. Think about that. Think about that. Like, she almost gave away a quarter of her net worth to feed, I think it was like actually the hungry. And these guys give away not even 1%, not even 0.5% of their net worth. They don't deserve to have that much money. They're not giving back to society in any way. Like, nothing that they have done is worth that. If anything, I would say in certain ways, they've made it worse. You know what I mean? Like, there's arguments that they've made it better, but many arguments that they've made it worse. So
in the case of Donald Trump, he's such a non-giver that he is banned from foundations and charitable foundations in the state of New York. What is it they did, this children's cancer charity, and they ended up taking the money from it and now are restricted from setting up charitable foundations.
He can't even have his own charity because they're awful. They're awful. But again, just today, so we've the latest on the government shutdown and SNAP benefits, of course, as the judge has said, the government must fully fund SNAP. And so what does your president of the United States say? He is going to appeal the judge's ruling to have to fully pay poor Americans their full SNAP benefits. Ladies and gentlemen, your president is appealing having to pay SNAP benefits to Americans. How much of a dick do you have to be to do something like that? Like, he can move around the money. He can. It's not like you can do it. You can do it tomorrow. It is not impossible. Stop it. Like the biggest dick move ever. I'm sorry.
Perhaps when you have such a little one, you feel the need to be a big one.
Like, what are you talking about? So I found this graph. I'm just going to go over some of so this was if you got partial benefits, partial payments. I was flabbergasted. One of my favorite words. Okay. So if you were a family of 4, full SNAP benefits that you would get $994. The partial payment would be $497 for the month. Okay. If you're a family of 5, you'd get like almost $1,200. It would go down to less than $600. So basically it's like halved. I mean, think about that. Could you live on half the money to feed yourself all of a sudden? Just like, okay. And then what? And then there's these government workers that are just not getting a paycheck. It's just, and then these freaking lawmakers just get their paychecks, just sitting by. And Mike Johnson sitting up there with that smug, sneaky face being like, it's the Democrats' fault.
But people are smart. People at poll after poll are blaming Republicans for this. They know.
Of course they are.
Republicans control the House and the Senate and the executive and the judiciary. How could it be anyone's fault but the people in power? Nice try, pal.
Did you know this though? And I don't know if you knew this, but apparently, if all of this stuff with the SNAP benefits and everything else happens, I'm sorry. I was mixing up the SNAP benefits with the tariffs. I was going to talk about the tariffs. That if SCOTUS rules on the tariffs, that we have to give all the money back. That's what I was going to say about that. Did you know that? I'm sorry, I'm talking about something completely different right now. I was just reading an article right now. Basically, it's a totally different story. Just going to throw this in right now.
Please do.
But the tariffs that are also causing people to spend more money right now.
Right.
If the Supreme Court rules that the tariffs are illegal, Donald Trump has to give all that money back. So that's going to be a logistical nightmare, they're saying. I did not realize that. I did not realize that we would have to give all that money back. They're saying like $200-something million or something has to go all the way back, that they would have to figure out just in certain departments how much to give back. $200 billion in tariffs since Trump rolled out the tariffs to dozens of countries. I don't know how you would do that. So that's a whole nother logistical nightmare that's going to happen.
Then there's not only paying the countries back, which would be easier, but paying back the people. I don't know if I told you this, but I got a message. I think I threw it away. David told me not to pay it. And I'm like, I don't know. I got a message from from whatever agency, federal, the Homeland Security Agency was listed on there, but it was through like FedEx or something. Okay. And they tried to charge me $40-something for a camera that I ordered Julia for her birthday over the summer because of tariffs. So I got this message in the mail, like, you owe all of these tariff fees. And I'm like, and so the question is, and I've heard this raised yesterday, is how do you then pay all of the people who, were caught up in individual tariffs back? You probably can't. Yeah.
Right. I mean, and again, it's SNAP benefits, it's tariffs. And then Donald Trump's sitting up there and saying, and Laura Ingraham and all of them, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I think Laura or one of the Fox News hosts was saying CNN's not carrying Donald Trump's speech, or it was Carolyn Levitt, not carrying Donald Trump's speech on the economy. That's so unfair. It's the president talking, because it was total bullshit. That's why he's talking about how great everything is, and it's not great. And again, right, Kevin, air travel, Duffy, our transportation secretary, Sean Duffy, says 10% of flights are going to be grounded, and he's threatening grounding all the flights during the government shutdown. It's going to be Thanksgiving in 3 weeks from today. Like, do you have your ticket booked if you're flying anywhere?
This is not the season to travel. It's just not.
I'm supposed to. I'm flying. I'm flying this Christmas.
You are?
So, yes.
Where are you going?
I'm supposed to go to Arizona. I'm supposed to see my brother.
No.
Well, you're like my husband. He's like, no. But yes, I'm supposed to fly. I don't. After this summer, Kim, I do not want to jump anywhere.
I get it, but you know what? I mean, it just doesn't see what chaos, what torture. You're going to have delays.
Have you
It's going to
seen the
be
pictures?
miserable.
Have you seen the pictures of the
I
airports?
haven't. No,
Oh,
show
right
me.
now with the backlogs at the airports and the delays that are happening right now. There 31 flights are canceled in Denver so far. Let's see, that's just the reductions right now. I'm trying to find some pictures. I was just seeing people that I know have just been saying that their flights are delayed. NBC, flights delayed, canceled, airport delays mount as the shutdown enters.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bring up the pictures right now because I can't save them. But yeah, it's just mayhem. And so you go to the airport. I don't know how, maybe it's not a good idea that I fly. Well, I'll know the truth. My brother is flying out for Thanksgiving. So I'll see how it is for him. I gotta buy my ticket. I gotta buy my ticket.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see how it is. And I can always just, hold on to the points or whatever.
Cutbacks at 10% of 10% at 40 airports across the country. And most of them are bigger hubs like LaGuardia in New York, LAX, Phoenix Sky Harbor. So they're pretty big airports that will be impacted by the lack of service there. Back to something else that you had mentioned earlier, though. I love what Jimmy Kimmel is doing in response to the SNAP, reduction in benefits.
Okay.
He's got this big, beautiful food bank that he set up in the back lot of the show. And he said cutting SNAP benefits creates uncertainty for American children, seniors, and families. So to support our community members in need, we're starting a donation center in our Hollywood backlot to benefit the LA Food Bank and St. Joseph Center. Come by, donate food, consider supporting your local food bank. I mean,
there you go.
What does it say when other people, Americans, have to step up to help people?
It's happening all over the place.
I got a message from the PTA at my kid's local school today saying, Kim, help us spread this message. Here are all the resources for people that are in trouble. Because when you think about it, and I believe that getting the message out through schools is hugely important because kids are going to be hungry.
Yeah.
So tell the families, especially the not that in people without kids, but kids need food to grow and to be healthy in the world. And I just feel like I don't want kids to go hungry, little children to go hungry.
No.
Let's give them the resources they need. So bravo to Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah. Again. And I was trying to find the video when you were talking about it. There was a guy, I apologize. He set up, I think it was in Philadelphia, because I feel like he was a Steelers fan. He was a Steelers fan. I don't know if it was in Philadelphia, but he did the same thing. He set up a food bank, like a makeshift food bank on his front lawn. Somebody came and donated hundreds of dollars to his food bank. And he started crying. He was just totally moved by it. It's just grown. This is what happens. It takes other people, average people, to step up and take care of each other, because Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen, is not going to do it. This picture I'm going to show you just basically sums up what people are saying. Everyone was memeing this picture today. So during a press conference today, over to the right of this picture, somebody fainted. Okay, during a press conference today, and all of these people to the right are helping this gentleman that passed out. And there is your president just standing there. And everyone is saying this is the epitome of what the country is right now. Everybody's going to help everybody else. And your president is just going to stand there. He's not doing anything.
No, he doesn't.
And this is true. This is not a meme. This is not AI. There was actually a video. Now, I will say he did bother to look. This is just a freeze frame. This is just a picture. He did look. He in no way, shape, or form was going to get in there and help. Like, he looked.
People you do things for, not that does things for you.
Like he was not going to help. He looked, and then everyone was getting out. So this is a freeze picture. I know exactly like when this picture was taken because I watched the video. So everyone's helping. He's just looking over to the side, not helping. And then he's like, everyone's just leaving. So he's just looking at everyone leave. Like, not saying anything, like he's not doing anything. He's just so ineffectual. You know what I mean? Like he's he will wait for everyone else to do something. He will never, like, he's just not going to step in.
I think
this is the guy.
Your guy,
yeah. Now this is a guy that you want in the Oval Office, right? Oh, I love this guy. I know.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So yeah, he started a food bank, and look at all the food, and then somebody, like, I guess just dropped off a dollar.
I'm literally shaking right now. My boys and I started a food pantry in our front yard. I just went out to fix things. People have been using it all night. I just looked at my mailbox. Are you kidding me? There's no name. It just says, "May God prosper and bless your food pantry."
Yeah.
I just love that. It gets me all choked up every time I watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And again, no name on that envelope. Doesn't need the praise. Like, somebody would need the praise, right? Like, he would stand up in front of the microphone. I don't get any credit, but I did something great. That would be Trump, right? It's just.
Does it give you? It gives me a little hope that there's kind people, there's goodness in us, despite the ugliness and the cruelty that seems to be so widely tolerated and we look away from, that there are good people out there. And that means to me, there's still this layer of America that is what I thought it was, that is what it should be. And it's just waiting to come back.
Well, and I think that and this is what I think, and we've mentioned this before, like, the world isn't on social media, right? Like, it's really ugly on social media. And then it can be like at news conferences and at Trump rallies and things like that, right? But you would hope, and what we see in situations like that is, if somebody's hurting, nobody asks who you voted for, right? If somebody needs something, nobody stops and says, what do you need?
Right.
Although I will say, I did see quite a few videos over the last couple of days as people were lining up at food pantries. I'm not, and I would never, ever advocate for doing this, and I would never do it, but I did giggle, I will admit. And there was one guy, and the people in line, I will admit, giggled as well. So it wasn't hateful, but one of the guys was standing there and he looked at the line of people and he's like, "Where's all your hats?" Because they were waiting in line for the food bank. And the guy's like, "Leave us alone." And I think that they knew each other, kind of thing. But the guy was trying to make a point, right? Like, where's your hats? I don't suppose you're wearing your hats while you're standing in line at the food bank right now, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
You're not doing that. But again, it doesn't matter because like AOC has said in videos, as Mamdani has said in his videos, it doesn't matter if you're MAGA. We want you to get fed. It doesn't matter if you're MAGA. We want you to get affordable health care, right? Like, that's the difference between the rhetoric of Democrats and Donald Trump. And I'm not going to say MAGA, Donald Trump.
Donald Trump screw the blue states. Yeah. I'm only the president for the red states.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
That's the difference. It's like, I'm a Democrat. I don't care that you didn't vote for me. I want you to get what Americans should get: affordable health care. They should be able to afford a home. These are the things that Americans should get. It doesn't matter if you voted for me. And that's what I believe too. We might disagree politically. We might totally disagree politically, but we should be able to afford these things. We are a rich nation. And this BS that Trump sold with Doge and all that crap, right? Like, oh my God, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. It always was. They're just pocketing the money and they're giving it to people because there was $20 billion to bail out Argentina, right? The money was there. So yeah, we just have to be the people. Like, we, the people, have to be better than the people in Washington, D.C.
I have a case in point. The governor-elect of New Jersey, her name is Mikey Sherrill.
Yeah.
And she stood up and said the same thing. I think I have video of.
Yeah, in New Jersey and Virginia, there was like a lot of great races. Women had a big night also on Tuesday. It was like historic women races, governors, women becoming governors of states that they had never been the governor of. Oh, here we go. Let's see.
Here's, and this is, I play it because this goes along exactly with what you said about how Democrats know they're governing everyone. They're not just, okay, if you voted for me, then I love you.
I know these are tough times. I know not everyone voted for me, but I'm working for everyone. Every single one of you. When we all do better, we all do better. So tomorrow begins a new day. And at each new day in New Jersey, the sun rises over the Statue of Liberty, a daily reminder of her promise. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. She declares that her lamp lights the path to the golden door. That golden door is New Jersey. It always has been. And that expectation is well deserved, especially after this election, where we chose, we're going to follow Lady Liberty's beacon. We're not going to give in to our darker impulses. Here in New Jersey, we know that this nation has not ever been, nor will it ever be.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. But you get the point. She's working for everybody, right? Yeah.
And I urge, if there's any MAGA in the audience or, Trump supporters, find me a speech that is equal to that from a Republican candidate or elected official. Find me that current is what I'm saying. Currently.
I accidentally clicked the end of the video, but she said, this nation has never been ruled by a king.
Mm-hmm,
so
exactly.
she's directly talking about no kings here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know.
It's interesting, Nikki, because Trump came out after the election and he said, why the Democrats won? Because Trump wasn't on the ballot.
He was on the ballot.
I completely disagree.
Right.
Exactly. He was exactly on the ballot. In every decision we all made, we said, and that was a Prop 50. Exactly. Level the playing field. Trump's going to cheat. We're going to make sure that you don't get your way. Absolutely.
It was the literal year you got elected, and we are giving you, we literally voted against all of the candidates. We're saying we don't like the decisions that you're making right now. Yeah. If you don't think as president, that also has Republicans in the Senate and the House, that we're not voting against your party, you're high. I mean, come on, man, give me a break. Now the midterms again are going to matter. But I just think that a clear message, I was really hoping, Kim, that this would have broke the shutdown. I really do. Now he's saying get rid of the filibuster. Now the filibuster it's one of those things where depending on the year and the issue, both parties have wanted to abolish it. So for Trump to come out and say, I want to abolish it, and you're like, oh my God, Trump. Every party at one point or another has wanted to abolish the filibuster.
Even senators are like, the Republican senators are like, yeah, no, this is a bad idea. Don't do it.
I mean, it's not a good idea. I don't think it's going to happen. But to say that, oh my God, the Republicans are cheating, they want to get rid of the filibuster. Democrats have wanted to do that too. So it's always this debate when you want to get something passed that you're fed up with the filibuster. I think it's, again, sometimes I hate the filibuster. Sometimes I like the filibuster. I think I'm just like politicians, right? It matters what we're talking about. Right now, I like the filibuster. I hate the filibuster. It matters what we're talking about.
Sure.
We'll see what happens with that. But I was just really hoping this. Am I wrong to say this? Because I know that people's livelihoods and healthcare are in, it's going to end at the end of the year. We have 2 months. There is a part of me that wants the Dems to just be like, fine. And knowing that they're not going to save healthcare and it's going to be the Republicans' fault. Like, just be like, okay, we're going to do it, but they're not going to give you your healthcare. Like, That's not our fault. We're saying it. We're going to open it so that you can get your SNAP benefits, but they're not going to give you healthcare. Like, just to keep reiterating it, because they're saying that. Like, part of me, like, people need the government to reopen, right? Like, we have to. And I know, like, don't blink. And I know that, but they're not going to do it. Like, we need healthcare. But at the same time, like,
it's very,
what are we going to do?
It's very
They have
scary.
to extend the healthcare. So if they don't do it, they know that if they don't extend the subsidies immediately after we reopen the government, everyone's going to be screwed. So maybe if we do that and be like, the clock is ticking. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? They're going to have to approve the subsidies, or
they won't, because that's what the whole fight is about, right? They don't.
But what are they going to do? They're going to screw all these people?
Yeah,
you think they're really going to do that?
It's life or death. That's why the Democrats had to do this.
I know.
You're talking about medical premiums through the Affordable Care Act and others going up thousands and thousands of dollars. People, normal, regular people, we're not even talking about poor people on Medicaid. They already have their benefits cut. People won't be able to afford health care. This is honestly
what I'm saying is,
how can the Democrats not do what they're doing?
No, I support what the Democrats are doing. But what I'm saying is, if they say, okay, we're gonna do the continuing resolution, but like on a blowhorn say immediately after, you have to extend the subsidies because of this. If the Republicans don't, then it's complete. And I know it's a gamble, but they have to then, right? Like, they have to. I can't imagine they would take that political, I don't know, suicide, basically. Like, how would you let millions of Americans do that? Like, have that happen, because it will happen on January 1st. It's going to happen. So we have to open up the government, and then they'll have to extend the subs. I just feel like they will have to do it. Am I being naive?
And then why fight it? Why fight it then? If they have to do it, then why not negotiate to do it?
I know.
And then say we ended the shutdown and we have affordable health care continued for Americans. Why not then take credit for it instead of keeping the shutdown in place, which is now the longest shutdown in American history, if you know that you're going to have to extend those benefits anyway? They're not going to. They don't want to. They don't care, which is crazy, because you would think that after an election that we just saw where, people are mad about benefits and prices and everything that's going on, that it would benefit Republicans too, to make sure that people aren't angry. And if they do this, people are going to be really angry.
I know. I'm so scared of what's going to happen at the end of the year. I guess I know I'm being naive. I guess I'm just trying to stick it to Republicans being like, you guys are effing idiots. Like, politically, this is the most moronic thing you guys can do.
Right. It is.
There is no way you guys win this, because one, you're hurting people with the SNAP benefits. You're hurting people by the prices at you never fix the prices at the grocery store. You just didn't. You can say whatever you want about inflation. People are still playing out the nose for crap, right? Like, the tariffs screwed us, everything else, right? So you haven't fixed shit, right? Now you're taking away SNAP benefits. You did the cuts on Medicare, Medicaid. And now you're going to let the subsidies run out that honestly need to be permanent, because healthcare sucks. And you never fixed it. Like, sure, you could have let the subsidies run out if you fixed it, but you never bothered to do that. So what are we left with? What are we left with? They're just going to screw all these Americans?
Yeah, Rev P makes a great point. They won't. It's in their big, beautiful bill. They removed it to begin with. And then the lie. John Watson says, I heard Trump say today that a Thanksgiving dinner will cost 25% less than last year.
He just throws shit out. You know what I mean? He just throws it out. It's going to be that. He will literally look at you. And I think people are so fed up because they're just like, you can't be serious. It's almost comical if you think about it. And I know that she is who she is, but I'm going to play a couple of clips of Marjorie Taylor Greene on The View. And I'm probably going to get dinged. So if you're watching this on replay,
demonetized.
Whatever. I'm just gonna play this quick clip.
Good. I want to see it. Bring it on.
I'm gonna play a quick clip. And this is just her talking about the shutdown, and it's true. You know what I mean? It's absolutely true of what she's saying.
They say that you're slamming Republicans too much. Well, you're taking my job. You're slamming Republicans a lot on topics like healthcare, the Epstein files. We know he's still your favorite president. I mean, Truman is mine. I dated him.
But I did not date Donald Trump. But I do love him.
You do love him. Yeah.
Yes, I did.
All right. Well, whatever. So when was the last time you spoke to him? And what's with the tension between the two of you? You know, you may love him, but he may not love you back right now.
Well, that's okay. I mean, Donald Trump, he usually yells at everybody, so we're all used to it. But he's the president of the United States. And here's something you all may not know about me. I think a lot of people on the left are learning that when I ran for Congress in 2020, I ran criticizing Republicans and Democrats equally, because I come from a working class family, ran a construction company for over 20 years. And I feel like the government has failed all of us. And it purely disgusts me. It really does. And I represent a district that is rural, manufacturing district, blue collar workers. And people have been crushed by decades of failure in Washington, D.C. And so I have no problem pointing fingers at everyone. And the worst thing that I just can't get over is we're not working right now. And I put that criticism directly on the Speaker of the House.
Yeah.
And we should be at work. All the people sitting in this audience, they go to work every day. People at home watching this show, they go to work every day. Ladies, you go to work every day. The people on your set, and it is an embarrassment to me that we're not in session.
And getting paid.
I'm not taking a paycheck.
Good for you.
Exactly.
I'm not taking a paycheck.
Exactly.
Good for you.
I think you're one of the only ones.
Well, like the air
I don't know the
controllers.
list. I think that should be a public list.
Yeah.
I think that's fair because our paychecks are taxpayer funded.
Correct.
However, I voted to fund the federal government on September 18th. I want all federal employees to be paid. I want all the programs to be funded. And I think that is our job, all of us together, Republicans and Democrats in the House and the Senate. And I'll look, I'm with women, so I feel very comfortable saying this. I'm really tired of the pissing contest in Washington, D.C. between the men. I really am.
Okay, I thought she was going to talk about healthcare there. Hold on. I might have the other clip that she was talking about.
I want to see, since we're demonetized already, I want to see the part where she says she made a mistake in being a QAnon believer, and now she's
I don't have that clip. I didn't even hear that.
She goes, I was led down the garden path. Somehow she becomes reasonable. Now, don't forget, that woman's mouth, she can be nasty and cruel, and she's part of the cruelty of politics in America. But she goes on The View, and somehow she appears like the most reasonable woman in the world.
Oh no, she said this. I know that she said this one thing. She didn't say anything about. I didn't see the QAnon because I was just watching it kind of on X. Sorry, but she said this about not being reasonable and talking and exchange of ideas. Listen to this.
I think that all of us right here are doing a great job of exchanging our ideas and things that we believe in, and we're doing it in a very professional and kind way. And in my opinion, I think we need more of that in America. I really do. And a lot of people wanted me to come on the show and say nasty things and you know, all of us to fight. They wanted all of us to fight.
Thank you for not doing that.
Oh my goodness, no. I didn't want to
around that. It's like 5-1.
She could handle it, but she didn't want to.
No, I didn't want to do that today because I believe that people with powerful voices like myself and like you, and especially women to women, we need to pave a new path. This country, our beautiful country, our red, white, and blue flag is just being ripped to shreds. And I think it takes women of maturity to sew it back together.
This is the same woman that stood up in white and called Obama a liar in the middle of his State of the Union speech. This is this woman. So it's a bit rich.
It's almost like she's a different person. Is she scared that she's going to lose the next election? Like, what's going on with her?
Well,
Or is she actually realizing that she's been part of the problem for this whole
No.
time.
Walnut Creek has it. AOC went on and was like, she's just pissed because they wouldn't let her run for Senate. I agree. I think there is a little bit of, you know, sour grapes here. But at the same time, I do agree with you, Kim. I think it's both. I think it started as sour grapes. And I think the sour grapes made her look at her party a different way. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's like when you're in a clique, you know, and women do this all the time, right? You're in a clique and you like being in the clique. And then all of a sudden, Queen Bee kind of kicks you out of the clique. And then you realize, my God, you were bitches. you know what I mean?
Bitches. Was it Marjorie Taylor Greene? I mean, I don't know. I don't think she's that self-aware. Was it Marjorie Taylor Greene or Lauren Boebert, or who was the one who had an office right across from the ladies' room? And anytime,
God, I think that was Boebert. I think it was, or was it Nancy Mace? I don't know.
Anytime somebody trans needed to use the restroom, she would wig out.
Yeah,
like these are full-on mean girls. I don't trust. I do not trust. And also, I agree with second chances, and I agree that people can change, but not black and white, night and day, so fast. Something is awry. Something is amiss with her.
I'll take it though, because she is a loud MAGA voice. So if she wants to spew our talking points, I'll take it. I'll take it every day, twice on Sunday. I don't care.
Heather says she's using the women got to stick together
I know, right?
narrative as a manipulation tool. I don't believe her for 1 second.
Oh no. I don't believe her at all. I don't trust her. I'm happy to see her go off into the sunset. But until then, she can spew our talking points. She can call out Donald Trump. She can be a vote for the Epstein files. I will take it. Absolutely.
I thought maybe she's just reasonable on a couple of issues because she realizes, and she said something about how she's got like college age kids or kids in their mid 20s.
Right.
And she realizes that they're going to be off of her insurance in order for them to keep being covered. She said that her premiums to cover her kids' insurance will go up. I don't know. She said like $2,000 or $3,000 or whatever it was. And it became unaffordable. Yeah. And because it affected her personally, then she thought, oh, I get what the Democrats are trying to do. So then she becomes reasonable on this one issue. Either she's pulling our leg or someone is talking to her and like actually giving her facts. True facts. Someone is educating Marjorie Taylor Greene. Something happened where someone's in her ear. Someone hired a new aide in the office, and then like in the meeting, actually, let me give you the facts on that. Like something is happening.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad.
It's weird.
I'm glad. You know what I mean? Yeah. Maybe she's seeing the Epstein party and is legitimately disgusted. Maybe political posturing. I think all things can be true. I think all of it can be true, right? I mean, she's a politician. You don't get into politics unless you're a little, self-absorbed, right? Like I think there's always that person. To get into politics and to campaign, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror and be like, you have to say certain things to yourself. Like there is a dialogue that goes on between those ears that you have to say that makes you think that you can do something, right? So. And she has a certain record player going that, I don't know. Never trust MTG, out for herself only, love a liar, you're also a liar, watch your back for the knife. Yeah. Again, I don't trust her. I will only support when she speaks our talking points. Anything else, whatever. Yeah, exactly. When it only affects them. Absolutely. Yep. MTG's upset at Trump for not giving her the cabinet position and for not backing her Senate run. Now she thinks she's going to run for president with Tucker Carlson as VP. Ugh. Oh, Tucker Carlson can suck it. Like, no, thank you. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, well, whatever. We'll see what happens.
Kevin, she's reasonable, but she'd still steal the donut.
Exactly. Well, speaking of vice presidential runs. Okay. This is something that's just gone through my head ever since this went viral. Okay. And I'm sorry if you guys, and I don't have the video, but you guys are going to know exactly what I'm talking about when I throw up the picture. And I am and I don't want people to get on me. I really don't. I don't want anybody to be like, oh my God, you're being offensive. And I don't think anybody in this audience is going to tell me that. Hold on. I want to see if I can get the video up.
Oh, I love it when you're offensive. Please.
It's understand that, you know, that the time hasn't passed. It hasn't been that long. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Okay. So I am thinking that this is the Republican dream. Okay, are you ready? This is the Republican dream. I can't get my share screen. Okay, this is the Republican dream of the next Republican president and first lady. I'm telling you.
Oh, this is so gross.
I am telling you.
Do you ever run your hand through another man's hair?
I am telling you, and I know that he's married, but I could totally see it happening. I could all of a sudden see JD, you know, Hickey Vance. Like, what is that? What is that? I'm sorry. I think, don't get at me. Look at that. It reminds me of Guilfoyle. I don't know.
But if we criticize her,
right,
then we must be the devil. She just lost her
exactly.
husband and her kids are without a father, so we're not allowed to say anything. But it looks like she's got designs on the vice president.
And he has designs on the White House. And she's like, well, I mean, till death do you part, right?
The hands on the hips, her running the hands through the hair. I'm just saying that's a little close for comfort. If you're his wife,
and she sees a lot of her husband in JD. That's what she said. I see a lot of my husband in JD. Oh, and his wife. They've been very lovely. I am sorry. If I have heard, like, the only thing that I saw when I heard, like, and read this article is that is a woman that is, don't come at me, that is trying to steal someone's husband. I am so sorry. Like, and she's a beautiful woman, but I am sorry. She has aspirations. If you don't think the Kirks, both of them, Charlie, when he was alive, had political aspirations, he did. Unfortunately, sadly, he was assassinated. That doesn't mean her political aspirations ended. Now, if perhaps the current vice president no longer was married and perhaps felt an attraction to a widowed woman, perhaps they could in 2028 make a run for it. I'm just saying.
A couple really funny comments. Hilo Karen says it didn't look right for sure.
Oh shit.
And John says, nice leather pants. Mama's out on the prowl. She loved Charlie, but he's gone. She's a hot, young, healthy woman. Kim says, way too comfortable with each other. Mm-hmm.
And the way he's like, he's like, nah, did you see that? He is.
Tammy says, I don't finger scalp friends. No.
You know, that's why she went.
Eileen says, I bet Usha just loves that. Yes. JB already says he wishes she would convert from Hinduism.
I know. Did you hear him say that?
I did. And
you know what? Okay, I'm trying to be fair. Okay, maybe they've had that conversation before. Who knows? I would hope that wasn't the first time she's ever heard him say that, because that would be extremely offensive.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that Erica Kirk, if my husband was assassinated, she looks damn good, is all I'm saying. We'll just leave it at that. She looks damn good. And I know life goes on. I know she has to keep Turning Point USA going, I guess. I know this is what Charlie would have wanted. Mm-hmm. And I'm not knocking it. You know, you got to do what you got to do. You got to keep the business going. Okay. And I get that. She looks really good doing it. More power to you, woman. It's, you know.
I can tell you that if a video and or still pictures emerged of some lady running her hands through my husband's hair and his hands on her hips.
Oh my God. Leather
clad hips. I'm not going to be pleased. We're going to have some words about this. And he doesn't like, do the quick hug and push away. Like,
no,
and the minute the hands go in the hair, I would expect him to step back. Like, right? Come on now.
I don't know, man. It's just weird. It's weird. And it's, I don't know. Like, again, I don't want anyone to come at me like later because again, it's fair game for her. It's only him. Like, she's not married anymore. Like, yes, it might be too soon. That's anybody else's opinion. She is not married. Like, she is a widow. She can do whatever the heck she wants. Everybody can judge how long it takes to mourn, whatever. She can do whatever she wants. JD, you're a married man. Keep your hands to yourself. She said he's like her brother. Yeah. I have never in a million years, I don't think I've ever touched the back of my brother's head. Unless I'm like shoving him down when I was a kid wrestling. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
or he just got a haircut and you're like, ooh, it feels weird, right?
Or something. But like, yeah, no, that's weird. That is weird.
I've had the thought before. Sometimes when we're on a road trip or something, I'll reach over and kind of mess with the back of kind of mess with David's hair, like rub the back of his head or something.
Yeah.
And I've had the thought, this may be too weird or personal or something, that how cool is it that I'm the only person that gets to do that? Like, no one else will ever touch him that way. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Right?
unless Erica comes into play, in which case I
Right?
guess that some other lady will touch him that way. Come on.
I mean, if somebody came up to my husband and like hugged him like that, well, I think first I would laugh just because like I'm just not a jealous person with my husband just because, I mean, come on, please. But like, no, like that would be weird. But if it was the vice president of the United States, that's the thing. I just really feel that political aspirations are hard to get rid of.
Right.
And I think that if Erica Kirk still has those, which I would imagine she has, because I know that Charlie Kirk did. That's well known, right? Like, duh. And she looks at JD Vance, young guy.
So JD Vance, in my mind, he doesn't know who he is. He's changed his name multiple times. He has. This is a guy with a full-on identity crisis. He
of course.
Not only has he changed his name multiple times, trying to figure out somehow who he wants to turn himself into in this week in Chameleon Land.
Right.
He's also said before, who would ever vote for Trump? And now, of course, he's the chief
vice
Trumper,
president. Yeah.
right. And so, if there's something about his character, it seems to me that is realistic, it would be he's the kind of guy that would dump his wife of color in a heartbeat to get with this lady. Like, who would be surprised if it turned out that he's like, Usha and I are separating? Who would be surprised? I wouldn't.
And I hate to say this, okay, but this is America, and we've talked about it before. Who do you think America wants to see in the White House? What couple? What picture do you think is more palatable to the US of A? Usha and JD or Erica and JD? Sorry.
You have your answer.
Who do you think? Who do you think?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, unfortunately, and if it happens, MFers, I am going to die laughing. I am going to die. If JD Vance, if there is a headline between now and 2027 or next year where JD Vance and Usha are having marital problems, I am going to die laughing. Die. I'm going to be
JD
like,
Gordon says he keeps a lease on his wife, that we're incorrect. It's long perplexed me how Usha Vance could be so incredibly educated. Isn't she like a Yale educated lawyer?
that doesn't mean shit. There are some smart, stupid people out there. You know what I mean?
So.
Men, women, all in between. There are very, very smart, stupid people out there. You know what I mean? Being educated does not mean that you're educated of the heart. You know what I mean? Like you could just, that doesn't mean anything. And I'm not saying that, again, maybe we're reading it completely wrong. Maybe he got ripped a new butthole when he got home. And she's like, never again.
Maybe
you know what I mean?
I would like us to be wrong on this.
I would like us to be wrong too. All I know is that did not look right to me. And I would be like, never again. And he better keep his hands off her hips.
And she better keep her long gel fingernails out of his hair.
Exactly. What the hell, man? What the hell?
I have the video. I don't know if you saw, but something happened outside the Oval Office.
Oh God, are you gonna show the picture?
Can I show the video?
Yes.
I'll show the video of Caitlyn.
Oh, this is
changes that President Trump has been making at the White House, and he just added another one. Today, as we were standing on the South Lawn waiting for President Trump to exit the Oval Office after a meal that he shared with Republican senators, we noticed that he's installed a sign right outside the Oval Office,
It's not a sign.
designating what is one of the most famous offices in the world as the Oval Office. It's in gold scripted letters that resemble the font that he uses at his Mar-a-Lago club in South Florida. And now it's just one of the many changes that he has made at the White House, from totally renovating the Rose Garden and turning it into a patio, also similar to his Mar-a-Lago club, to installing the Presidential Walk of Fame alongside that colonnade that gets you from the residence of the White House over to the West Wing, and of course demolishing the East Wing to make room for the ballroom that he is building also at the White House. Now, we noticed this today. It generated a ton of online reaction to the president's post here and what he has put outside the Oval Office, and that includes from California Governor Gavin Newsom, who has been using his social media accounts over the last several weeks to make fun of the president and to respond to him. The Newsom account responded and put up their own cursive gilded letters that said, "Live, laugh, lose." We've been closely tracking all the...
It's on paper. It's on paper, by the way.
Yes.
The Oval Office that Trump has, it's on like 3 sheets of paper. It's not a sign. Somebody put it on paper. Like,
I'm thinking it must be some type of pre-thing where
then why put it up?
This is what we want.
Then
here
why put it
for
up?
the painters to come. Here's what we want it to look like.
Then you don't put it up. You just show the painters. This is the White House. You don't put it up like this is an office building. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? He is so classless. He is so freaking, he's treating it like one of his buildings, right? Like that's what you would do in an office building. This is
or
the
a hotel.
White House.
Like ice machine this way with an arrow. Like what? What?
Like we also don't know where the Oval Office is. These reporters have been covering the White House, dumbass. Right. Like we know that's the door.
Oh, Lord. Help keep Trump from getting lost, says John Watson. That's what I thought. Maybe his brain is so addled that for some reason he needs signs everywhere pointing him to where his office is. I don't know.
That's a good point. That picture that I showed you guys earlier of him just standing there when everyone was helping, the other thing that people were pointing out was that his right hand was really swollen. So they're saying like edema or whatever was happening. That guy has health issues. He's not doing well.
Yvonne says, I wonder if he has a chip installed in him so if he gets lost, they can find him.
Just
like a
balloon
tracker
on him.
Exactly.
Yeah, He'll just bounce
tie a balloon to his wrist so always know where he is.
I mean, he is just, I don't know. But that was just embarrassing. I mean, come on. Whatever. That's your president, ladies and gentlemen. That is your president. Okay. I have one more topic, a little bit lighter. But it's another one of these. Are we kidding? I mean, is this worth getting upset about? So on midnight of November 1st, so Halloween into November 1st, right? I went on my social media and I posted Mariah Carey's video that she always does every single year. Okay. So if you don't know, Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You is an iconic song that she does for Christmas. And every year, if you don't know, she does a video that welcomes it. Okay, so this was this year's video. Where did it go? I just had it and now it's gone. Oh, here it is. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here we go.
Halloween Slade, but now it's spill the tea. Who's the thief?
Busted! Bad news, Mariah Carey. The elves are striking this year. Elf revenge for putting us through holiday hell. Santa's helper quit. I'm pawning all this so I can afford elf therapy.
That's my blush, elf boy.
Your lipstick? I'm taking it. Christmas, it's canceled. No bells, no cheer, no glam. Bye, sweetie.
You can't cancel Christmas.
Any last words?
Yeah. It's time.
Can we not?
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need.
Okay, so there it is, and I'm gonna play the whole song.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get totally demonetized. But the difference between this video and the others were she partnered with Sephora for that video.
Okay.
So as she was dropping the makeup and the blush and everything like that Billy Eichner was taking, that was the elf right there.
Mm-hmm.
It was Sephora stuff. Okay. So everyone is trying to cancel Mariah Carey right now.
Why? What's wrong with Mariah Carey cashing in?
So
the president's cashing in 5 ways to Sunday, and he's holding public office. Mariah Carey doesn't owe anyone anything.
So they're saying that Mariah Carey and this video is kind of rubbing everyone's nose in the fact that with SNAP benefits being cut and people probably not buying a lot of gifts this year and kind of cutting back, that this whole like buying stuff and people protesting, like kind of making fun of people protesting, that it was just really tone deaf, not a funny video. So all these people were on social media, Instagram and TikTok, saying, no, Mariah Carey, that was an awful idea. And so now they're trying to like not only boycott Mariah Carey, but I guess kind of boycotting Sephora. They're saying it's one of the most tone deaf advertisements we've seen the entire year at a time right now where 42 million Americans aren't able to put food on the table. People who are working for the federal government are not being paid. You want to post about Mariah saving Christmas? Well, how about Mariah actually do something about, I don't know, saving Christmas? Or how about you, Sephora? Why don't you step in and do something charitable instead of profitable for a change? Thoughts?
I feel like we're focusing on the wrong thing, because who cares about Mariah Carey? The focus really needs to be on the grifters that are in public office. I mean, let's talk about Qatari jets and $50,000 in bags being passed back and forth. Let's talk about crypto and money grabs and how the president's family is earning billions of dollars. Let's talk about Elon Musk and government contracts and how he's going to be a trillionaire. And we're worried about Sephora with a contract with Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey doesn't owe the world anything. I mean, she's just a singer. And singers cash out all the time on their songs and whatever. You know, we don't know what's going on with her financially. And quite frankly, who gives a rat's ass?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's talk about who is stealing from the American people, who is cashing in on public office. We are full on focused on the wrong thing.
Yeah. Heather has a good point. I find Mariah Carey insufferable, but people being pissed at her for doing her annual video thing is a bit of a stretch. People are just mad in general and don't know where to direct it. I think that's a good point. It's like you wanted to, obviously many people are directing it at the president, at the government shutdown, but it just seems like you're yelling into the, void. And so it's like, well, maybe we could direct it here. And honestly, like you didn't even notice the Sephora part. Maybe if I continued to play it, her dropping the Sephora bags and whatever. I will say this, in the past, Mariah Carey's videos didn't have kind of product placement. And so maybe if it was just more focused on the song, like All I Need for Christmas Is You, which is kind of the point, like people instead of things, it wouldn't have had such a backlash. But I'm sorry, we're going to hear that song ad nauseum between now and the end of the year. I think that's going to be the thing that's going to drive people crazy. But I think Heather has the best point. It's like, we're so upset because things are just out of our control. I think people feel so helpless because no matter what we're trying, we can't do anything about what's going on. We can't control the government shutdown. We can't reopen the airports. We can yell at our lawmakers, but it's not doing anything, right? So let's just go online and yell at Sephora and Mariah Carey and feel like, I don't know, we've done something, and it's not doing shit. So whatever.
No. It's the wrong place to put the energy. Like, come on, people. Let's focus.
know.
Let's focus the criticism where it should be directed. And there's a straight line between me and the White House. That's where it's going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, if you have a lot of money and you want to direct it at something,
I don't have a lot of
money. you might want to be like Tom Brady, perhaps. Would you clone your dog?
No.
Tom Brady came out recently and said that he cloned his dog, Lua, who died in 2023. He announced it on November 4th. He's an investor in Colossal Biosciences. He cloned the pit bull mix using a blood sample. Apparently, all he needed, one blood sample of his aging dog who passed away. And now he has a new dog. And now he's not the first person. Barbara Streisand's done it. Paris Hilton apparently has done it. I don't know. Would you ever clone your dog?
No. And I've had a dog that I thought I would love to have her offspring someday. Here's his dog, by the way. I would love to have her child because I just love this dog so much that it breaks my heart to lose a piece of her. I would love to have her offspring. I didn't. But there are so many dogs sitting in a shelter. Why in the ever-loving world would you spend? I think they said it costs $50,000 to clone a dog.
It's
and
crazy.
Phineas has a really good point. He says you can't clone a soul.
Thank you.
And I was talking about this the other day, and people were making the point, that maybe there's a general thinking that the DNA somehow has something to do with temperament, but it doesn't have to do with personality.
No.
And you can't ever raise a dog in the exact same way. I mean, who knows where the first dog was raised or who trained it or all of these things. I get loving your animal to the point where you would be devastated when it's gone and you would want to recreate that. But you can find magic with another wonderful animal that needs a home. Why do we need to be ridiculous and spend money to recreate a dog? Just appreciate the time you had with that animal and move forward. It looks like a really sweet dog. It's a pit mix.
Yeah.
And it was his beloved animal. And now apparently there's a new one that is
just like it looks, but it just looks like it. Yeah, it just looks like it. And that's the thing. It's like twins. I mean, twins have the same DNA. They are not the same people, right? Like not the same. So you can have one twin and just like I work in a school. I see twins all the time. Not the same people. You know what I mean? Like
I think it shows an immaturity to handle grief.
Yeah.
And
well, that's hard.
There are so many ethical problems with that that I just can't get behind that decision, even though I understand the sorrow of losing an animal.
Oh,
I get
of course.
it. Would you clone Nugget?
Oh, no.
No.
I love Nugget to death. You guys know he's the first dog that is really, really mine. I adore that dog to death. I really do. And when he passes away, I will mourn that dog. But then if I want another dog, I'll get another dog. Like that's what you do. Will I get the same type of dog? Probably, because I liked that dog. But that's what normal people do, right? Like that's just what you do. Like if you like the breed, then I'll get that breed again and maybe see if the way I raise Nugget, that dog will behave the same way. But no, it's weird. And
it's very weird.
It's very weird. And you have too much money on your hand. And again, that just goes all the way back to what we're talking about. Like spend your money on other things. Come on now, people. We don't need to do that anymore.
This is the same company though, that is trying to, that they say the recipe of cloning Dolly the sheep.
Yeah.
They tried to clone the dire wolves, which it's not really cloning the dire wolves. It's the same company. They're trying to do all that stuff. So,
and again, I don't like the idea of cloning, but the fact that they can do it with one vial of blood is really concerning to me. And I'm like, really? That's all it takes? All right. Okay. I don't know. That's very concerning. But anyways, Tom Brady. I don't know if he's a billionaire. I don't think Tom Brady. What is Tom Brady's net worth? Tom Brady net worth. It is. Any guesses? Don't Google it. What do you think?
Oh, how many years? He was in for a long time
Just
in the
guess.
NFL. I'm going to say 200 million.
350 million.
Okay.
Not too bad. That's kind of close. So $350 million. Okay.
I didn't know if he lost anything in the divorce. So, you know.
Yeah, I probably did. You know what I mean? That's why he's working right now. And if he goes on television this Sunday against the Rams and says San Fran, he can go kiss my ass. For some reason, he says San Fran all of the time. And I was listening to the radio today, and somebody was also saying it on the radio, and they're like, he's trolling the Bay Area because he's from the Bay Area. He knows that we don't say it. It's really funny. But anyways, okay, that is our show, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. Let's give some thank yous. Kim McAllister, Harry coming in with a $5 donation. He actually came in with two $5 donations. He says,
so nice.
Sheesh, I hate missing birthdays. Just ask my wife. Happy birthday. Thank you, Harry, so much. And also we got a happy birthday from Rhonda. Thank you so much, Rhonda, for a happy birthday. Happy birthday. And Cindy came in with a $10 donation. Thank you so much, you guys, for supporting the show. We really, really do appreciate it. We are 100% crowdfunded. The super chat and super stickers are, of course, always live, whether we are recorded or live. And so thank you guys so much for donating, whether we are recorded or live. And we do go back and read the comments. So if you are watching the recording, you guys, please leave comments. We do go back and read them. The Patreon, PayPal, we love PayPal as well. The email, of course, is the NikkiMaduro@gmail.com. All of these emails and information is in the show notes as well. Okay, so grab your cocktail. Join us next week at this time, Thursday at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. I will get that right. And I love you guys. Take care of each other and love you. Bye.
Bye.
Nikki, you're all so awesome. You're proud, like a beautiful blossom. You're also the best. I really can't rest. You're all so awesome.
Wow. Okay.